YouTube stream started, I see.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's give it a minute for everyone to pile in.
Yeah. Let me reminder.
All righty. You think we should get started? What do you think?
Yep, absolutely. Hi, guys.
Hello. Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. It's that time again. Welcome to weekly update number 31. So today we're going to have some updates on contests, both technical and non-technical. Then we're going to have a technical demo from NIL Foundation. And then we'll hear a pitch for the formation of a global community subgovernance from Yuri, I believe his name is, yes. And as always, there will be a Q&A session at the end, so let's get started. First, this goes out to the signature bounty guys and gals. It was a bit messy because of the whole ambassador subgovernance thing, but Daria really did a stellar job, I think, coordinating everything, and she made it very clear that the work done was quite good. So the compensation was approved through a vote by global governance, and all should be right with the world, so to speak. Yeah, there was a delay, but it was the result of the fallout from the now defunct ambassador subgovernance that went belly up. And as a result, there were consequences, which, by the way, is a very good lesson. And I'm basically on how to be extra careful when first trying to build a subgovernance, because it's not easy. I think the community is now going to be extra careful moving forward and approving subgovernance proposals. So basically, it's lesson learned. And Daria, thank you for being so diligent. Everyone owes you a big debt of gratitude. Again, thank you. All right, second, the first of two YPO Global Student Entrepreneurship Awards contests, that's a mouthful, is done. The second is in the scoring phase now with 2 days left to vote. So all jurors, this is a call to you. Please go and vote for it. And next, the Virtual Hero contest. That's the one with the virtual Freeton mascot character thing, is also in the last 2 days of voting. Yes, I know there are 122 submissions, which is a record, but I personally looked through all of them out of curiosity, mostly on Sunday, and it's actually not that hard to score. So don't let the 122 submission figure, scare you. You should really go and vote. A lot of people did a lot of really, really fine work, and it deserves your attention. So thank you for that. Right. So
can I just comment for a second on the Global Entrepreneurship Award, since I'm the YPO guy? So I We appreciated the thing. First of all, there were two batches. The first one is already judged, and there is a winner. The second one is a couple of days left for the jury to vote. Two winners, the winner of the first and the second batch, will be invited to the final, GSC final in Russia on December 10. Among with the other, non-blockchain kind of folks there in AI, in pharma tech, etc. So yeah, and then you guys have a chance. The two winners would have a chance to be nominated to the global competition with $100,000 prize. So that's kind of one remark. And the other remark is we need to ask the governance folks to think like how to handle the integration costs. Sorry, the integration rewards, the 50,000 rewards promised in the contest, but it's a whole separate conversation how to do that in a manner that is consistent with the governance. And last but not least, if it goes well this year, next year we have a chance to become a global partner for GC across the globe. But that's again a separate discussion.
Sweet. Awesome. So there you go. Lots of incentives. And now, I guess, as far as token distributions go for the first YPO contest, and then also for the signature bounty campaign, barring any hiccups, right? Fingers crossed, the tokens should be going out tomorrow. So please hang in there. And again, I just want to underscore, hopefully. I never want to make a firm statement that it'll be tomorrow, but it's very likely. And along with that, the third batch of Ludi game winners should be the tokens for the Ludi winners should be released at about the same time as the token distribution, and then will be distributed afterward. So I believe this batch, if I'm not mistaken, has 120 new validators. So that's great. It's great for the network. Or we're on schedule to be done with new validators by mid-December. And that's actually a perfect note to segue to from non-technical to technical. So Mitja, are you here?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, first of all, yeah, surprisingly enough, we are on schedule with it's 159 validators on the mainnet right now, which puts us in the bulk of most of the networks we're kind of compared to. And within this week, batch will make us the most decentralized in terms of the validators, proof of stake, I think, network in production. That's great news. Of course, there will be still certain, things. And I just want to say, again, I already did that in the chat, in the groups. So let me re-emphasize, there will be no DePools deployed by the governance or anyone else, which will control the keys for the DePools. Any future DePools, because there will be maybe another iteration with a temporary DePool contract deployment, they will all be deployed by you, the validators. So you will control the keys. They're simply, we have, because of requests, we have added requests from the community as well as from the governance part of the community. We have added two features to DePool, which unfortunately, because of this, the formal verification will kind of be obviously a little bit prolonged because of this. That's not certain, but we're still aiming for 12th of December, but maybe it will take a little bit more time. But nevertheless, so it will take, like, maybe there will be another iteration with another kind of 30 days temporary DePool, but these DePools will still be deployed by you. And there are two features, which one is to change the parameter of the fee, of the validator fee. But of course, we could not just agree to change this parameter freely, because obviously for a possibility of fraud of the validator owner of the DePool. Now, the parameters of the DePool, as a general rule, should not be changeable. Therefore, to the still answering demand for the community, that will be allowed to go down. The fee, the validator's fee for the DePool, the validator can change it, but only downwards. So that's one kind of change. And another change is required by the governments was to change the vesting, that basically to provide a mechanism for the vesting, and kind of that the vesting, if the validator is not validating, the vesting will be returned. I think I already covered that. So that will be changed as well. And it's actually being changed already. So that will be another 30 days. But nevertheless, the keys will be yours always from the DePool. No government keys. Another thing is that the DGO just launched a massive, well, it's on the forum. I have formalized it. It's still, waiting for your comments. There are a lot of comments. I answered all of them. I think if you have any more, I'm talking about SMV, smart contract system for the DGO subgovernance, so on, for the whole community, basically. These are big portion of the new set of governance contracts, ASMV based, but it's not just one contract, and it's a whole system of contracts that is required. And we have structured, like I have proposed to structure this in a way that the prices there are pretty healthy, but it's still within the budget, of course, of the DGO. That we always knew that these contracts are complicated, and they also we also need to make them fast, meaning not the contract fast, obviously, but the contest short. Therefore, it's only until the end of December currently. And because of that, we anticipate that it will take more than 1 man month to do. Therefore, we're kind of aiming for teams, not for single developers. It's not easy contest at all. Therefore, the prices there are quite large, and they're not too many prices. So because we're not expecting like dozens of teams to participate in that, and we need to make it really fast. So we need to make it, basically want teams who participate to really concentrate on that for a whole month. And since it will require also support and changing going forward, I will, by the way, make a little bit of changes already for the feedback that I got to the proposal, maybe today or tomorrow. And hopefully this week it will pass the governance, the DGO governance, and we will launch the contest. So that's about SMV. There was also the contest have finished, and the results for the DGO for the specifications. I encourage you to go to look at these proposals. They're very interesting, and some of them are very, very interesting. I guess that's all from another thing, another proposal that I want to make and maybe discuss a little bit, just a question to the governance. So I have an idea of launching a school for smart contracts, and the school will be, basically the idea is to take people from the community who are really good at smart contracts right now, not only TON Labs people, but also from the community who have won the contests, for example, and make a school which will teach others to write smart contracts, good smart contracts, provide the feedback loop and the, it's like a I don't know, university small course, whatever. And I will propose to fund that from the governance. I don't know how that should go, through the sub-governance or directly.
Mitja, we already have academies forming academies of governance.
Yeah, it's called Free TON Academy.
Oh, yes, great, that's perfect.
we already have an initiative from Africa where they want to prepare 10,000 smart contract developers.
So well, that's really great, and I think then I should go there with this proposal. Direct me please with that. And
I'll add you right now.
Yeah, we're ready to give some developers time, the key developers like Boris, and others, Nikita and others to help teach smart contracting in TON, because we need more people to do that. I don't think it should be directed only to African community. I think it should be worldwide.
No. It's not. It's no. It's not. It is worldwide. It's just Free TON Academy.
All right, great.
It's a forming sub-governance that's going to exactly be for that specific purpose. Sorry, I don't know why you weren't invited.
That's okay. I don't need to be everywhere.
Yeah. Awesome. Quick question, or rather maybe just a request. We really get a lot more traction and a lot more hype when everybody turns on their camera. I understand I'm as guilty as anybody that, I often keep my camera off because I only really comb my hair for the weekly live stream. But if you can turn on your cameras, that'd be fantastic. I think we'll just go over a lot better.
Yeah, Mitja, I'll just quickly answer why it's Africa, because there was a huge community created by Tezos, and then at some point Tezos stopped support them. And people
they understood that it's impossible to write contracts in Michelson. Okay, I get it.
So that's why it started from that point.
That's totally fine.
Have now more other people joining.
Okay, excellent.
And what's wrong with Africa in the first place? Beautiful country.
Nothing wrong with Africa. I just said it should not be directed only towards Africa. It should be open to all developers. That's
it is. We just mentioned Africa because they're the most active at the moment. But there's also French-speaking Africa. I think Cyril is helping, and Adley is helping. We've got a lot of talented people in there, so it's already starting. So just you can hit the ground running. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Mitja, very much. All right, let's move to NIL Foundation for a technical demo. Is it going to be Michael, or Nikita?
No, it will be me because Michael can't attend the meeting today. Can I share the screen?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, so we implemented ZK-Snarks for FreeTON gross 16 construction, and we implemented a model Crypto3 ZK for that purpose, Okay, and I think I will show an example of how to use this ROS 16 construction. And also I'll show a tutorial of how to use VM instruction of FreeTON VM. Okay, I have an example of usage of ZK-Snark in our Crypto3 ZK model. It's like this, and okay, I'll just run it and tell about steps. The usage of gross 16 construction, gross 16 construction, excuse me, gross 16 construction is divided to generator step, prover step, serialization of the data for verifier input. It's like a byte blob of the output of prover and generator. And then we just put the byte blob to the verifier, and here I have some pseudo verifier. It's like deserialize of byte blob, and then a call of the verifier of ROS16 snark. Okay, I think I can show the tutorial right now, because the generator will work for like 5 minutes or something like that for this example. And
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we have a model for building ZK-Snark input. It's Crypto3 blueprint model, and I have written a markdown about how to use it. Using this model, you can build a blueprint with some field elements and curve elements, and I also have here an example of usage of SHA tool component. It's a little bit difficult, I think, but actually all this part of the example is just data serialization into bit array for the component generator input. Okay, so to use ZK-Snark, you need to create a constraint system. You can do it with the blueprint submodel. Then you need to generate case. It's just like one function call. You just take your output of blueprint generator and just give its output to the generator function. Then you just call prover function, and after that you need to serialize your data into byte blob in that style. It's just a recursive representation of data from left to right in byte array. After you get it, this byte blob, you just need to call VM instruction. This VM instruction, I won't read it, and give this byte blob to the input of the instruction. I have wrote an example of how to use it, but I think it's more like a draft. It's like that. You just put.
Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Better. Okay. You just put the byte slice to the input of the instruction, and the result is it's actually a Boolean, and so on. Okay. The instruction is implemented in our in the TON ops file, and it's and internally it's just deserialize this byte blob to the data which actual verifier needs, and then it just calls verifier. So this simplified code, it does actually like that. It just deserialize verifier data from byte blob, and then it takes values from the deserialized value or deserialized verifier data structure, and puts it to the input of the verifier of row 16 instruction. Okay, the generator is still working.
It's okay.
Okay, so you can see the example I ran here. Test 3 ZK test proof system is the snark. And these two files. I ran it for the MNT curve, just like inside the TON VM we do. And
inside the TON virtual machine, right?
Yeah, inside the virtual machine. And this is the code I showed in my virtual machine, in the virtual box. It's just generator, prover, serialization of the data, and verifier with deserialization of the byte blob.
Can you also zoom in a little bit?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I think this tutorial, this one, is the most useful for the understanding of how to use the virtual machine instruction, and it contains brief description of the components of the blueprint components component usage, and I think the most interesting component for now is its SHA-2 component. But I wanted to run it right now, but the generator step for this component took a lot of time, and I think we don't want to wait.
Well, that's okay. I mean, you're welcome to, once it starts working, just raise your hand in the chat and we can go back to it.
But actually, right now I ran not the SHA component, but it's like a simple component which is created by random circuit generation. It's in the RDNCS example file, and it's not so long. It takes not so long. It's just 1,000 circuits, as far as I remember. So it finished a minute ago, and you can see the verifier. We have run generator step, prover step, then serialized data to the byte blob, deserialized data from the byte blob, and run verifier with the true result. So all the steps have done, and verification was complete, successful. Okay. Actually, I don't have anything more to.
That's okay. I think that's plenty.
Thank you, Nikita.
Yeah, thank you.
Also,
Yeah.
To add to that, we have spoken with a new foundation about practical, potential practical kind of system on top of the ZK-Snark that they have developed. And we came with some idea for a design of a token, of a TIP3 token, which will have a privacy token. And now I think that we will formulate a contest about that and let teams compete on creating a TIP3 token with the privacy kind of properties. And I hope we can formulate that contest in next couple of weeks, and we will. It's not going to be like a contest for 2 weeks or something like that. We can run it like through the whole January, for example. So give people time to get acquainted with the system and be able to formulate it better. And that will be, as always, like design part and then implementation part. But we think it's possible to do. And that I think that's also a very important step in free TON ecosystem, and something that we can do to use the actually start using these ZK-Snarks.
Okay.
So
Yeah, guys, actually, I have a question from less technical people. From what I understood, so this is kind of working system, but did you already deploy on DevNet?
No, it's impossible to do on DevNet because you need to update the validators. You need to update the node with the new VM instructions.
Okay, I see. So, but how then we should proceed? Because it's
very simple. We will run we will run a special network. I'm now thinking if we can. By the way, that's also something that we're going to have this week. I am like formulating the contest for the Rust node, and this will be published this week.
Say it again. So you want to publish
the contest this week? No, publish the first just to for discussion first, and then whatever it takes. But then so that's coming, and then maybe in part of that we can also kind of deploy the network with already opcodes for the for the ZK-Snarks and test it there as well, because we need a separate network to do that anyway.
What is your projection? How long it will take to test network with? I know that you don't like such questions, but I mean, is it risky to have new opcodes in TVM?
Yeah, it might be risky. It's not about new opcode per se. It might be risky because of the time of the execution of the opcode and what it does to the GAS. You need to tweak and need to kind of run it to understand if there is a constraint that need to be done, a constraint of time, execution constraints maybe. So no, it's not that easy. just update it and run it, because like in normal opcode, if you try to execute it and it takes more than like the time of the block creation, you might have a problem.
Yes, yeah, that's I understand, because it can damage to consensus if some opcodes is.
It can just stall the the shard, for example.
I see. Okay, and regarding this TIP3 privacy, I mean token, does it mean that the whole chain, the ZK-Snarks chain, can be sharded, something like that? So do you think it is possible?
Of course, that's the whole thing. Like, it won't be a chain. It will just run on. Well, eventually it will run on the main network, and then there is a TIP3 token which will have these constructions inside opcodes, use opcodes, and in certain way which are, by the way, very economical, I think, and pretty elegant. It actually utilizes TIP3, like, and which solves a lot of problems that otherwise would need to be solved separately for such a token. And yeah, it's sharded everything, like distributed.
I see. Great.
So do you think it will be possible to test it in January on any network?
No, I don't think it will be possible to test it in January on the main network, you mean, or on some network?
Some network, any network.
Yeah, sure. I think yes. Yes, you will be able to start, using ZK-Snarks in general, and the TIP3, it will take time of the contest, whatever the contest will take. And then, of course, all the winners, or whoever, participants, will be able to like show what they can do, and, you can test it.
I see Ivan has his hand up. Ivan? Ivan!
Yes.
Like, we lost him.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, yeah.
No, it's
Nah,
impossible.
you're-
It's impossible to hear
Yeah.
you.
Sorry,
You're
man.
always talking
Hear
from
me?
a
No.
strange place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Just come back when your connection's better. Esther Jerome, you have your hand up. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I have a quick question about context for Latin America voting. Should we make a smart contract for it, or can we just describe the idea of voting? If you can help me with the question, Ron.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes, I have a quick question about context for Latin America voting. Should we make a smart contract for it, or can we just describe the idea of voting?
You mean the Guatemala? You mean the Guatemala contest, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only you only need to describe the design, not yet the implementation.
Right.
So, yeah, not yet.
In other words, describe your vision of how you would see it working.
Oh, great. Thank you, Ron.
And Mitja.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm just voice behind it.
Yeah, and you don't have your camera on again.
Not today, no.
No. Okay. Ivan, are you back or what?
Yes. I just was asking about, is it possible to make TON crystal private without swapping it?
No.
No?
No, of course not.
Okay. So only with
You need a special token. It's like,
Right.
think about that as a ZK-Snark.
Yeah.
Like Zcash on TON inside. You swap it to this token, and then here you go.
So we will just wrap crystals in TIP3 and make it private.
Something
That's-
like that.
That's why I called it chain.
And is it possible to stake such tokens?
Well, if someone will give you crystals for that, then you can stake it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can come back to the whatever exchange and just
It's a good question,
put
but it's
a
possible.
collateral, and then get
Yeah.
tokens.
It is a good question. How composable can be? Can it be? Technically, if you can have a proof, so
Yeah,
why?
it's composable. The problem with not composability, the problem is losing privacy. Like what you do on this this is the most interesting part is what you do when you convert. Like how do you protect the privacy when you convert? Right. This is the question, right? You have crystals, you have your wallet, you exchange it with this TIP3. Now everyone knows that these TIP3 wallets belongs to you. So can you do something about that? That's a very interesting question to the design. So it's not only the part of the TIP3 itself design, which is obviously kind of interesting by itself, but also you need to also think about how you enter-exit the system.
Okay, let's have our final presentation of the day. If you and Esther, I apologize, you still have your hand up. Did you have another question? Probably not. Okay. We'll have our Q&A at the end. Let's move to Yuri, who's going to talk about the global community subgovernance proposal. Yuri, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, good day to everyone. I have to honestly say that I didn't get a word from what Nikita was talking about last 10 minutes, even though I have installed TON Weekly by myself. And I think that our proposal gets additional meaning as an opportunity to attract more smart and competent specialists to TON ecosystem and start using all the instruments TON blockchain offers and implement new ones. So it was additional thoughts. And good day. My name is Yuri Loktionov, and I'm a member of Global Community Subgovernance team, and I want to introduce our work program for the next few months. So we plan to develop 4 main directions, all aimed at popularizing and promoting TON, like active community growing, launching local programs, and making new partnerships. And our big goal to involve community continue working on these areas by themselves on an ongoing basis and in all regions of the world. And our first direction is new partnerships and TON crystal listings on popular aggregators, services, exchanges, platforms, and crypto wallets. So we want to cover all main services, which will give a big boost to TON popularization and its value growth. And currently, the following partnerships have been concluded by our team and already active. And you know almost all of them. It's CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, CoinPaprika, BlockFollow, and so on. It's 12 of them in total. Already, our team added TON Crystal to exchange service coins.black. And also our team made an agreement to add TON Crystal for voting on Atomars exchange. And right now we are discussing adding TON blockchain to Blockchair. It's the most popular multi-blockchain explorer, as you know. So it's our first.
They already have the interface because they already once supported TON. So they just need to switch it on.
Yeah, so it's almost 2 weeks about we're discussing this opportunity to add TON blockchain. Our second direction, working with ambassadors. So during the work of ambassadors, some governments, they were collected about 100 applications from ambassadors from around the world. And these people are ready to get started and launch their programs in their countries. And so we will start working with them. Our first task will be select the best programs and organize their launch and start promoting and developing TON in different regions of the world. And in the future, these activities will provide us with an influx of new ambassadors who will work at the local level in each region and country. Also, our goal is to accelerate the decision-making activities and quickly launch programs and proposals from local ambassadors. Unlike the current situation, as you know, some proposals could be in consideration for more than a month, and such long decisions can seriously affect both the motivation of the ambassadors and the growth rate of TON popularity. Now, a third direction aimed at crypto forums. Our participants will have 2 main tasks. First one, write certain number of posts, make announcements, and raise TON topics to the top. And the second one is to provide support to newcomers in the role of support. So at first, there will be a rewards program for the support in blockchain forums, but we want to remove these rewards later and include forum community as much as possible to beginner support and communicate with other forum participants. So big task here to instill the desire to start helping newbies, newcomers on a voluntary basis in all by ambassadors and all the community. So for the first stage, high rank and respected members of each forum will be selected for these tasks. And because we have forum and community managers in our team, we could see all reports absolutely transparently about all actions which were performed and distribute all rewards really deservedly. Our fourth direction aimed at social networks development. Almost all crypto enthusiasts, by our thoughts, when they hear about new coin, go to CoinMarketCap, look at the rate, and then look in social networks about information about new project or about new coin. So at this moment, the situation is pretty sad. We have almost 2,100 people in Telegram and for about 1,200 people in Twitter. For comparison, Solana has about 92,000 followers on Twitter and about 71,000 in Telegram. So it's pretty big difference. And we plan to develop Reddit, Twitter, Medium, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So for each social network, we will select a limited number of participants who will start and create their content. And we plan to rotate these groups with a certain period and attract more local ambassadors to join this work as quickly as possible. And our goal from all these activities is to put all this traffic from social networks to TON forum and to make more subscriptions, to sign the declaration and install the Surf wallet. And for about all the statistics about these activities, we will publish them on TON forum in specially created sections for each social network and for each forum. So community can see all these statistics on a monthly basis. So for the first months, we plan to attract for about 1,500 new participants and organize work with local ambassadors. After approval of our proposal, we immediately want to launch the first contest for promotion and jury contest. So we'll be able to see who works effectively their actions and who is worthy to be on a jury. And also in jury, we want to recruit really global ambassadors from all over the world, namely specialists from different fields, and they who will be useful for promoting TON and who will be able to correctly evaluate the results of the contests and activities. Additionally, we want to launch our sub-governance Discord channel where we can reach most of the active participants on this popular platform. Sub-governance Twitter account where we will post all current proposals, competitions, and contests. Also announcements and reposts from main TON Twitter account. So this will help us gather a powerful community on Twitter and allow people to quickly see what's happening in TON ecosystem and to join them pretty easily and quickly. So our sub-governance consists of professionals in various fields: bounty managers, blockchain forum administrators, partnership organizers, authors, translators, community managers, and so on, from all over the world. And we have members from North America, Europe, Africa, and Asia. So I can really say it's global. Thanks for your attention there. Yeah, a little bit nervous by me, but
that's okay. That's
yeah.
okay. Everybody gets nervous. It's
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
Right. Pavel, do you want to maybe start off?
Yeah. Start very quickly. So, Yuri, thank you for your explanation of what you plan to do. It looks like you have more plans than the global governance. Actually, and this is actually a bit worrying because I mean, our experience, community experience, shows that very broad set of goals which are not measurable goes into all kind of misunderstanding, conflicts, and inefficiencies. I mean, for example, to be honest, that bounty program, which was previously initiated by ambassadors of governance, it ended up with distribution a lot of tokens to, I mean, if you try to compare it, it is not actually doesn't look for me personally, I mean, I'm talking about my opinion, doesn't really look reasonable because if you compare it with like if you put it in like in dollar terms, I mean, it looks like people do it like for very generous payback. So this and of course, I mean, the sub-governance have autonomy, otherwise it will not be scalable. But I mean, that previous activity by ambassadors led to internal inability for ambassadors sub-governors to continue. And so, I mean, my current view is that first of all, there should be a very diversified group of members, which should be measured in hundreds of people, and that will probably should have like in January when new sub-governance contract will be developed, and then it should start from some simple, straightforward activities to prove efficiency and the way how things are done. The second was a very important point is that cannot support some listing activity and some.
Can I just make a comment there? So you started off, and thank you very much. I appreciate everything, but you started off with exactly like the one thing that we really shouldn't start off with, which is listings, right?
It's not a listing. It's not a listing. He was not talking about listings on the exchange. He was talking about listings on the CoinMarketCap is not an exchange.
Aggregators, platforms, yeah, not exchanges itself.
Just putting the crystals everywhere on the web, but not on the exchanges. It doesn't take.
And then
thanks.
okay, and then promotion, which is actually not what we need at the moment. We need use cases at the moment, because when users come, they need to use something. So I'm all for promotion. I'm all for promotion when this is just, I'm writing down and I'm brainstorming what you're saying. When you're going to bring a lot of users, they're going to need to use something. The use cases that we have right now are limited. So I would probably suggest maybe shifting focus on not so much promotion as actually bringing in some kind of use cases that people then can then promoting so people can come and use. Plus your plan, I mean, I heard it, and I've read the proposal, and it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff, but I have, I think maybe it's a little bit too much at the start. Like for instance, I looked at the group. Your RU, which I believe is your Russian group, has 389 members at the moment, and your international group, or English speaking or non-English speaking but non-Russian speaking group, has 62. That's a 6-to-1 ratio. Actually, more than a 6-to-1 ratio. And then on top of that, of the 62 members in the international group, more than half of them are Russian. Nothing, I live in Russia, so I have nothing against that. But I'm saying that more than half of them are actually from the Russian group. And I guess my question is this: imagine you're new to free ton, and you're from China or from Japan, and let's say you don't speak English or Russian, right?
Yeah.
But you know your market and you can do great things. What mechanics do you have implemented now, or what can you describe now that would bring members with such expertise, but without the ability to speak Russian or in some cases English, to the sub-governance? I'm trying to understand that. How would that work?
Well, okay, about Telegram channels, yes, our sub-governance is not active right now, and we didn't have any promotion for channels and groups. It's right now the situation's like this. Guys, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And about non-English speakers, so we plan to attract even ambassadors from all over the world, then not English speakers. Now we have Mexico, North America, India, Asia, Africa, and it's English speakers and non-English speakers. And we want to develop programs for different regions and to attract ambassadors from these regions and make programs for these countries.
Can you describe how you're going to do that?
I cannot describe right now, even the mechanic, but we can do it later. Even the mechanic, if you want to know how exactly it would be. Yeah.
I think this is going to be very important for the sub-governance to work. So I think besides just saying you'll do it, I think that's maybe try to rework your proposal where you actually show how you will do it.
No, sorry. My advice is very simple. I mean, I think that you should start from some clear and activity for the start, just to look at, because now what you described, it's like again, it's do everything. So which is scary, because such activities in the past which end up with significant inefficiencies and conflicts. Moreover, most of activities you described is tend to be like granting something by some, I don't know, filling up some Google tables or whatever. But it's again, it's not in the spirit of FreeTON, and it is not fully transparent and competitive. So of course, contests, my feeling that they, of course, they have some limitations, but it is more fair and transparent and meritocratic way of start. And by the way, there are a lot of discussions now from different sides, and what mechanics you also should have, which could be meritocratic, not like in the middle between grants and contests. I don't think that at the moment there is consensus or some ideal or some probably some mechanics like that. But if you're trying to follow some area where you have that controversial mechanics to use, then probably it's better to discuss in more details how you'll do it, because what you say is standard approach of centralized ICO centric projects, which saying, well, we need to more users, whatever, promote token, whatever. It's very hard to compare with FreeTON for a number of reasons, and of course. I mean, everybody understands the problem of awareness, but it is important to say that our belief is, I mean, at least my belief, that since we have technical capabilities, real technical capabilities, not fake one, not on the paper, which nobody can, that nobody can do what the stuff which we can do. This we should build use cases on top of that, and this is self-explanatory, not promotion, but building awareness stuff. So that's why we very focused on development in first place.
Yeah, I agree with this, that we need use cases and we need users who will use all the opportunities of blockchain, FreeTON. But if we need some concrete mechanics, we will make them. Yeah. What about first steps? We will start working with ambassadors that already were approved by Global TON, by global governance from the first stage. And there are some good programs about promoting.
About from global governance ambassadors. There was ambassador sub-governance in general approval, and then on ambassador sub-governance level there were some contests which were made. But still, I mean, you can.
I wouldn't rely on that. You don't want to do the same thing. You want to do something different, I think.
Yeah, we want, and we want to make an easy in and easy out for initial members and juries for not repeating such situations, and make them more even natural decentralization. It could be 50 members or even more for even local from different regions.
Yuri, I have a small question. So that was the really interesting talk, and you were talking about also activities of my good friend Bulbash, who was So I went to forum to look for your Telegram nickname, just to.
And there goes Ivan again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he'll come back to us. The other thing that I kind of wanted to also understand is because
I don't. So where maybe you didn't hear me.
We didn't hear you.
No, we didn't hear you.
Yeah, I just can you please drop your Telegram nickname because I don't found you on forum initial members list of the sub-governance.
Where should I do that?
Just PM him in Telegram.
Here.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Can I say a couple of words as well? Well, first of all, I would like to support the guys for the work they've done. I think there is nothing wrong, and it's actually very positive, the work on the aggregators. Indeed, we don't. The community does not support exchange listings, but I think aggregators are totally fine, and you guys did a great job. I saw you're doing now with China also, etc., etc. I do hope that you guys come back with a stronger proposal. I fully echo what Pavel and Ron have been saying, that the weakness so far has been internationalization. You did that, I think, if I remember well, you added Hector and John to the initial members because those are active sub-governances, right? But we have 40 active community leaders from around the world now in Malaysia, in France, in Italy.
Yeah, we have Malaysia, North America, Africa, India.
Okay. And it's not just initial members. I mean, it's indicative, but also indeed on the kind of focus, and balance.
Паша, у тебя микрофон включен.
Паша, turn off your mic.
Mute.
Паша.
Там два.
Паша. Can someone mute him, please?
No worries. It's okay. No worries.
Thank you, Roman. Yeah, so it has to be by the spirit international, not just not just for window painting, but by the whole spirit. It has to embrace international folks. And what I've seen also in the ambassador thing, that was not the case. I mean, that foreigners were rejected. So it was, and I hope that mistake won't be made again. So that's one little bit philosophical remark. The second one, I think the whole work with influencers. How can we get, I think at one of the first setup calls of the ambassador sub-governance, we discussed, I actually participated, we discussed, picking the list of top 100 or top 50 influencers in the blockchain space, or maybe broader IT, how can we get to them? How we get them to Twitter, and support free TON. So those would be my 2 cents, kind of on how that your proposal can be improved and strengthened potentially.
Yeah. And again, I'm actually reading the proposal right now, and there needs to be some kind of a monitoring system for token distribution mechanics, because I would almost say that if I were writing the proposal, I would ask for I would almost do it like we're doing collaboration proposals right now, partner. But we're going to call it collaboration. We're rebranding partnerships to collaborations. Ask for the absolute bare minimum upfront, and then deliver something, even the first step. And I think that would be the right approach, in that with every step that something is accomplished, the tokens are distributed. I think, unless, we're talking about some kind of a monster case, this is going to be the standard. For at least what I see from all the chats, what I see from global governance, it pretty much will be this from now on. The days of the gravy train, just throwing gravy out of the window, it's pretty much over. So it needs to be justified. So you can create a budget, and like you said, 12 months, I believe. I think that's fine. I think a 12-month cycle is logical, especially for this type of subgovernance. But you're not going to get that 12 months up front. At least I think you shouldn't get that 12 months up front. You get it for the first iteration. So whatever you need to do in 30 days or 60 days, that can be covered. And then from there, it's all KPIs. That's my vision. That's how I think it should run. Just giving you my opinion. So,
yeah.
May I add to chance too? I seen the whole work from Bulbash that he did. He always sends me some info about the new, like not like listings, but where the TON listed now. It's quite a lot list. And what can I say? That these guys, they really do some work. They do a work, and what can I suggest? That it's really good to promote free TON in such methods, and maybe will be better to add that idea to a proposal. For example, there will be a sort of like onboarding program, and will be better to add such onboarding program in your proposal to promote surf, because there are platforms like a product hunt, for example, product hunt. You can list free TON on product hunt. You can list on some platform like beta page. If we add free TON as many platforms as we can, there will be a very good order, I think.
Yeah, that's a great moment. But I want to say that our direction to work with blockchain forums and as you said, onboarding for newbies, for newcomers, they can see when we make some listings on aggregators, platforms, and then they will see a TON crystal where they can find information about it, social networks or forums. So if we make our work in social networks and in forums, so we'll make this onboarding. Yeah.
There is an idea in some chat that people want to create some kind of bots of all free TON ecosystem structure. Yeah, and I think that better to unit that idea, that like your thoughts, their thoughts, and to cooperate in that way, and it will be very interesting.
We can cooperate, and we can attract people to sub-governments to become an initial or to become an ambassador or to develop their own programs, but we need to start from some point right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's for about budget for 2 months. Yeah, and we can start to make programs, make juries, and to attract more international leaders to our sub-governance. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea, right? That's the right idea, is to do it in stages, because when you first presented, it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was trying to write everything down. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna build a new planet. I think you need to just bear down and do the first steps up front. And when the first results are seen, then the questions start to dissipate, right? So stages. So maybe rework, again, just a suggestion, maybe rework the proposal to make it a 12-month proposal in stages. That's all.
Okay. I think a good example is by the community voice sub-governance, who kind of made it also very phased, very staged. I think it's coming to the forum today. So I would take some inspiration from that. They also wanted to go like very broad, but given the experience of the network so far, I think the staged approach and getting more against delivering the milestones is a better approach indeed.
Thank you, Yuri.
Yeah,
thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And before we go to open Q&A, I guess we kind of already went to Q&A. I just want to say, Alex Novikov, that is the cutest kid. You have the cutest little daughter. She's beautiful. Okay, let's take questions. Let's take questions.
May I ask a question about, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So yeah, short question. How does Mitja sees the how will the contest in Digio, which we have a proposal? This is a big contest. That it's interesting. But how can you like maybe you have some prediction on how will teams cooperate, or will they compete and make the like the same solutions in the different branches and compete on them, or they will cooperate because the scope is pretty big. And one team, I'm sure that one team can't make it in a month.
Well, I have no idea. Like, it's up to the teams to decide if they want to cooperate. I think this contest requires cooperation. You know, if you want to make a quality solution, I'm sure you can, you know, you need to kind of have a team working on that. Of course, someone can just write it. You know, if you have like Olympic programming skills, then maybe you can do that. But I guess, you know, it's a good way to cooperate, because it's not only requires the writing the smart contract, it requires thinking.
Yeah. I suggest all the teams who are going to participate to show.
You're breaking up.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I suggest all the teams who are going to participate to show up. Will TON Labs team participate?
TON Labs will participate, of course. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe as a leaders of development, maybe you make arrange some call for all teams willing to participate, and make a suggestion to like divide it by maybe some scopes, or just like
I don't think we need to organize anything. What we will do, and that's I think we're committed to that, and we will try to release what we're doing in public as fast as possible in open source. That's
so
so you can
while contest is going.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah, so we were planning to do that.
Okay, we have a hand raised by Hector. Hector, go ahead.
Hello, Ron. How's it going? Well, hello, everyone. Actually.
Good, very good.
Well, just before we head into the Q&A, which is actually running already, I wanted to give a quick update regarding the Mexican community. Just a quick update, few words, and maybe next week we can work something a little bit more specific. I think that would be good. But for now, well, we launched the Fund of Ideas, but we implemented a few things to the Mexico ecosystem, and actually awarded a few grants already. There will be a new service coming soon. I don't want to spoil it, so we will wait and present it next week. That's for sure. We are also in small negotiations with a few partners. Don't want to go too much deep on that, but already negotiating something. And well, there's some news already on the side. There will be more articles, new members coming in. And that's basically what's been going on so far. So pretty much a quick update.
That's excellent. Yeah, I mean, just put it on the forum so everybody can see when they're ready.
Perfect.
Yeah,
I'll be sure to do that.
Excellent. Excellent. Good to hear. Very good to hear.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we are in Q&A. I mean, natural transition. Who else has a question or a comment? This can be anyone at all. Right. Okay. Got a question from YouTube, but I don't know who this is for. Ivan, I think this might be for you, actually. It says, hi, I saw the game on your Twitter. I don't know whose Twitter. Have you already entered into a partnership and development is in progress? Question mark. Very interesting project. I recommend to streamers.
I think that I know what she's talking about.
Okay.
It's about the blockchain game studio. They created a proposal on the forum regarding the blockchain game. And we posted some screenshots from that game.
Okay. Can you answer his question?
Regarding the question that you can support this idea or not support, or you can give some comments to this game. And as far as I know, that the creators of this game, they are always on the forum. They are ready to answer any questions. Just go to the forum and ask them when it will be ready.
So there you go. And I see we don't have any written in questions, right?
Well, this proposal looks like fundraising.
Can you elaborate?
Well, I just went to a forum, look through the proposal, and the first step is coders work mechanics, like
you need a better router, man.
And the total amount is so there's all.
Brother, please buy new router for your
internet connection and
yes.
in the country. I don't know.
It's very bad.
Buy the internet provider.
Yeah.
We'll write to forum.
Right. Somebody's asking, are questions about TON video explanation contest applicable here or not? Everything's applicable. I'm not sure what the question is, though. But please ask. Who was that wrote it? That was Max K? Max?
Max, maybe can you ask that?
Yeah, I'm not really following. Where's it? Yeah, I'm not following. What TON video explanation contest? Okay. Oh, we have a few new questions, I think. Hello to everybody. In your opinion, how will it change the free TON adoptions after the Russian government restrictions? I don't know.
I think that
it concerns us.
I think that we can discuss this question on the Russian amount because it's not related to the international call.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not only that. I don't know what any one government's restrictions are ever going to do to free TON. You know,
that's why it's free TON.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the whole point is we don't give a flying shit about their restrictions. How's that?
I was gonna say differently that I'm more concerned about audit of Guatemala voting elections.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, Freeton doesn't have any entity. We don't think that there can be jurisdiction. All Freeton as a system, and also Freeton doesn't sell any tons, and so in that respect, I mean, nothing to have with Freeton. This legislation doesn't have to with Freeton. That's my view.
Yeah, it's not just a view; it's just a fact. So, free TON is not a formation of any kind of LLC or anything else. There's no company behind it. There's no. It has no jurisdiction. It's just a community, and as a community, it launched as a community and now operates as a community. And the token is distributed on the basis of. Oh, somebody's sharing their screen. Who's sharing their screen? Okay.
Ivan. I suppose that
okay.
is his phone, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, And so, yeah, you have nothing to worry about. And none of us do. Hi, I'm new here. What is the link to the English speaking forum? Love the project. Go to freeton.org. freeton.org, and you could just start from there. There are several groups. If you're looking for specific Telegram, and there's links to Telegram groups there as well. And you can start there. So, yep. How you can resolve this problem. Okay. So that's a second question referencing the first question about Russian government restrictions. I think that's been answered. So there's nothing to resolve. Freeton can't be stopped, essentially. Okay. John, you've got your hand up. John, please go ahead.
Yes. You can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Just a quick update on the ABI hackathon. We've already started the program. We have identified the team to work with ABI. And we are currently developing the documents for the applications and also the budgets of how we are going to move forward up to September. So the thing is on. We should be having ABI doing the website by the end of the week. And we are also trying to get some materials that we can promote Freeton within that website. Yeah, that's it.
Sweet, awesome, that's great. I can't wait to see that. You'll publish it on the forum, right? In the thread.
Yes, we will.
Great, excellent. Okay, are there any more questions? Hello.
Can you hear me?
We can.
All right, good. No, I was trying to fix my mic here. So the question I was going to ask is about this contest for Freeton video explanation, right? That's ongoing right now.
I'm not aware. Is it which one?
It's in WND contest, I guess. I'm pretty new to this, so excuse me if something,
That's okay.
So the question is, it says like the contest is a big step for mass adoption, right? And so the question is, the mass adoption for who? For just end users or for the partners of some sort? I'm not even sure if somebody following this thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm afraid I don't know the contest you're referring to. Do you have a link?
I know that's what he's talking about. Yes, this video explanation about what Freeton is. It's the first contest in the series of video contests, because we have a lot of text, but there are no some kind of videos what Freeton is, and it can save a lot of time and nervous for the people who really don't know what Freeton is. Quite simple.
Yeah, I think it's a good question, by the way, whether it's aimed on users or whether it's aimed on partners. It's a really good question. I don't know who wrote that proposal, who initiated it, but I mean, probably
me and Mitja Cabana.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so then probably it's a question to you. My view that there was a good, by the way, thank you, Ivan, description from community from MoveTon channel about Freeton ecosystem. Hopefully it will be updated because it was in August and now we are far away from that. My personal view that I think that it should be more broad, like similar to overview of ecosystem.
We started working on that today. We will rework it and publish the new list of all the stuff which you can see in Freeton.
Yeah, because you're absolutely correct. It could aim on technical details of Freeton. It could aim on, I don't know, some governance aspects. It could aim on partnership proposals.
We will aim on all the activity held which brings results and active members. So all the domains which can be covered by Freeton, and every resource which may be helpful for any active member who want to contribute.
Yeah, I actually asking the question about video because it could aim different goals and different audiences. Well, again, if it's not in the rules, then I mean.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm surprised I never saw this.
If you want to make a video, make a video.
Yeah, for whatever audience you think it makes sense. I mean,
this is a good idea. This is a great idea. Why didn't I see this? Why did nobody shares anything with me anymore?
We actually shared that many times.
Why they should? I mean, Ron, come on. I mean,
it's impossible to keep up with everything.
Absolutely, it's only 5% of things which going on which can we even look at. So that's, I mean, 24 hours. You can do more.
Yeah, but it's a good idea.
If you check the requirements that they're attached, the free TON positioning document that should be described in that video, and it's not for the partners at all. If the partner come to the free TON, and he should understand what free TON is, and the simple answer on your question that it's not for the partners, it's for all the community. They should understand what free TON is, first of all, not for the partners. If you check the requirements, the presentation or for the partners, and they can see the presentation, they don't need a video. If you come to the someone and ask about the partnership, you won't send them a video. First of all, you'll send them pitch deck or presentation. Not a video.
That's true. That's true as well. Well, yeah, I mean, no, you can send them an introduction. Certainly, you can certainly clip a video to it. But right, yeah.
Yes, but
I think it's just a general explanation of what free TON is and what it stands for. I'm 100% behind it. Actually, something that should be on the landing page.
Yep, totally agree.
Okay, well, thanks for bringing my. Thanks for telling me this exists. I can never keep up. All right, thank you. Excellent. Okay, great, perfect. That's something that needs attention. Okay, all right, we're an hour and a half in.
Ron, quick one. Can somebody talk about the new website? When is it coming and what it is? I don't know. Is it the team that is working on the new free TON website?
Nikita, are you here?
Oh, I can comment on that. Because guys, I can comment on that definitely. Because in the end, I'm pushing the button, unfortunately, but that's the way it works right now. So last time, I got someone said, please do that. We're switching to the new site. I didn't even look at it. I switched to the new site. And then someone else asked me about the position of the Declaration of Decentralization. And I go to my browser, there is a link to that. I check, and there is no page like that. So I went, that became interesting. I went to see this, and the site was nowhere near be ready. It was not active links. There were garbage on the page, bad texts, repetitive, and all this stuff. This is not a production. You don't do that. So I said, to Sasha just to switch it off immediately, get back to the old site. And now I'm checking every time. So yesterday I was asked again to do that. This time I went actually to look at what happened to the website, and it's still not production level. And there is still missing link on DoD, which is incredible. There is strange text in about section, which I never saw. We have hundreds of essays, tens of essays, dozens of essays that people wrote. We have a positioning, whole positioning paper. We have myriads of text, and then about section is just completely different text. First time I read, and it's really bad. So again, I understand it's a community effort, but you need to do it properly, guys. And until it's done, and I'm sorry, I personally am not ready to give you a green light for the website. On a technical ground. Thank you.
But can we hear somebody from the community team that is developing this? I mean, first of all, I would give them credit. Yeah, I would give them credit for doing this for nothing. So not just criticizing. It's obviously a tough thing. So can you just talk a little bit, Nikita? Is that yourself? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here. So, I mean, can you ask the question for me to talk about, and I'll comment on it?
It's not negative about the project itself or about the site itself. I'm just technical things that they're not finished. Once they finish,
yeah, links definitely should be there. That's for sure. But listen, there will be tomorrow call with web and design sub-governance, so we'll discuss it. We'll check.
I won't be there.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Guys, I don't think that we should discuss it here. It should be ready. It should be all those problems should be fixed. I agree with Mitja that it's probably not a good idea to say that since it's community, then it can be not in a good shape. But of course, you should make a little discount to the fact that it is not one team or one group.
Yeah, and it's not Mitja making all the decisions either.
I'm not making decision at all. I'm just not ready to push it to the side. Not now.
But still, I mean, yeah, it should be a little bit more fine-tuned. But okay, let's leave it. So probably by the next.
Again, guys, let me elaborate on it. I agree that the functionality should be working 100%, and actually, it's no excuse if it's the community effort or not. All the links should be in place. All the links should be working. Nothing should be 404, and it's actually a no-brainer. So actually, I agree with Mitja here 100%. Regarding the suggestions that people say, we should put something else instead of blue, something here instead of this. After we launch the website, we will definitely my concern is not about the design itself, because I believe that it's quite cool. My concern is about the wording, and what I would push now as soon as possible is some contest, a very wide one for the wording for the website, because actually I think that all the words are maybe too technical, not user-friendly enough, because I would actually prefer that. Most of the new generation blockchains, if you visit their website, everybody's talking about we're scalable, we're fast, we're all that kind of stuff, smart contracts and all these words. I believe that we should be a little bit more user-friendly towards the wider audience. So what I would push myself after the day after we launch the website is the contest, not with a great reward, but with a lot of so we can reward a lot of people, but with lesser net rewards for the suggestions for the wording and for the text, because
that's a great idea. That's a great idea, and I think also don't just share it in web and design. I would share it with some of the other sub-governances.
SMM and community voice,
community voice especially, because we have so many talented people there. We have journalists, and PR professionals there that could probably get that thing wrapped up in 2-3 days, and that would be awesome.
Yeah. Actually, despite me being, professional digital product design, and I'm a really bad writer myself. I'm really bad writer. So if these guys can help, because actually the interesting thing is that good text make the website look much better without even changing the design.
Yeah.
And actually it's maybe counterintuitive to some people, but for people that do a lot of digital product launches, it's really that if good wording, the emotion on the website will be 500 times better. So we'll do it as soon as possible. After we fix all the technical issues, that's all from my side.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Writing it correctly it does more than all kinds of bells, whistles, and candles. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And I think community voice would be a really, really good resource to use. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Any more questions? Any more comments? Or do we do the usual countdown? Are we ready? Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.